There's vibranium all around us.
I got a vibranium arm.
Vibranium.
When you've got a magical metal that is nearly invulnerable, of course you're gonna find every opportunity to make cool stuff out of it.
It's worth billions.
Armor, knives, shields, and more, there's nearly nothing that vibranium can't do. Vibranium is one of Marvel Comics' magical unobtainium metals alongside adamantium. In this video, we'll be going over some of the best examples of vibranium being used for good or evil. Here are 15 objects enhanced by vibranium. Christopher Nord, also known as Agent Zero, is the classic Marvel mercenary. He's worked for many different groups in his time, originally working to overthrow the communists in East Germany. However, it wasn't until he was tasked with the assassination of Wolverine that he came into possession of his vibranium suit. Agent Zero used his vibranium weave body armor to enhance his combat abilities and his stealth to absurd levels. His vibranium-enhanced armor allowed him to move in complete silence and refract light, which made him nearly invisible in the dark. Armed with his adamantium knife, this is one mercenary that you definitely will not see coming. James Proudstar is a massive 7-foot, 2-inch, 350-pound mutant martial artist who is most commonly associated with the X-Men and X-Force. Upon graduating to full X-Men status, James Proudstar, who goes by his superhero name Warpath, was given a pair of Bowie knives infused with vibranium. These became his go-to weapons, and he's almost never seen apart from them. With his vibranium daggers at his side, he was able to go toe-to-toe with the Juggernaut and even cripple Hulk's arms for a short period of time. Vibranium may be best used as a defensive weapon, but being able to cripple the Hulk proves it's got much more going for it than just an expensive shield. Kha-Zar is what you get when you put Tarzan in the Marvel Universe. No, really, he's a British-born man who was taken in by animals when his parents died, and he's known as the Lord of the Jungle. This lesser-known Marvel hero is actually quite notable for the fact that his father discovered a new type of vibranium that was different from the better-known Wakandan vibranium. Antarctic vibranium, or Savage Land vibranium, is known as antimetal and is capable of destroying the molecular bonds of any metal. With his vibranium belt buckle, Kha-Zar is able to survive Ulysses Claw's devastating sonic attack. With Kha-Zar defending the Savage Land, it's gonna be difficult for any villains to get their hands on his vibranium. Being the daughter of Cosmic Man, Oubliette Midas was never gonna have the best upbringing. Oubliette was raised to be a sort of perfect wunderkind, made to live in a greenhouse and taught to kill by her father. Donning the alias of Exterminatrix and the outfit of, well, her name says it all, really. She went out and did her father's bidding with her impressive firearm skills and her vibranium-soled boots. Her boots provide one of the most unique uses of vibranium, allowing her to walk directly up walls. As far as vibranium goes, walking up walls very well might be the most subdued use of the magical metal. Being a mostly regular human with the ability to fly in Marvel doesn't seem like a super impressive feat, so why not give them some vibranium armor?
Is there any chance, and of course you could say no, that I could get a selfie with your arms out?
Are you serious?
Unsurprisingly, Falcon's flight suit is equipped with a ton of technology, but it got an especially big upgrade after it was destroyed when Black Panther offered up a new suit. This powered-up suit came with hard light wings, radar scrambling technology, and, of course, vibranium. The vibranium weave that was installed into the new suit gave Sam Wilson an extra layer of defensive capability that helped him stay alive, deflecting most conventional firearms. His vibranium-laced armor certainly doesn't stand up to Captain America's shield, but it gets the job done. The Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Vision is an interesting case on this list, as he himself is formed of vibranium. In the MCU, Vision was originally going to be the body for the evil Super AI Ultron made by Tony Stark. Fortunately, Stark was able to upload his Jarvis AI into the robot body, and with a little hammer time help from Thor, the artificial creature Vision was formed. Vision is easily one of the most powerful characters in the MCU, seeming to be far more powerful than the other heroes, with the possible exception of Thor. It goes to show how strong his vibranium-formed body is that the first time we see him truly damaged in the films is when Thanos, with all but one of the Infinity Stones, gets involved. Maya Lopez, also known as Echo, is one of the most skilled fighters in Marvel, due in no small part to her ability to instantly duplicate the abilities and fighting styles of other combatants, hence the name Echo. Echo was born deaf, but much like Daredevil being blind, you likely wouldn't be able to tell while they're in combat. After breaking the staff she uses in combat, Buck Lime, a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, repairs it and adds a small sliver of vibranium to, and I quote, give it a little kick. This becomes immediately apparent when she is able to beat down the powerful Count Nefaria with her newly enhanced staff. It works for a time, but unfortunately the fight doesn't end well for her, to say the least. Gentle is a mutant human who quite possibly uses vibranium in the most insane way, by grafting it directly onto his own body. Gentle has absolutely incredible strength, able to rival even that of Colossus, or possibly even the Hulk, at least when his body isn't tearing itself apart. That's where Gentle's vibranium tattoos come into play. Before getting his vibranium tattoos, Gentle wasn't able to handle the stress his body put on him, but the vibranium allowed him to push it beyond his limits. The tattoos also offer him an extra layer of defensive capabilities, as is common with vibranium. Hawkeye is a pretty basic superhero.
I'm out of arrows. What?
Of course, no archer in the Marvel Universe would be caught dead without some vibranium arrows. In this case, Antarctic vibranium, aka anti-metal, which can disintegrate any metal it comes into contact with.
I got it.
Frank Payne was originally a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent that went undercover as a supervillain named Constrictor. His power comes from his vibranium cables that he uses to... what else? Constrict his foes. Oh, as well as whipping and shocking, of course. His cables are incredibly strong due to their vibranium construction and are nearly unbreakable. For all of the crazy uses of vibranium, a prosthetic arm seems to make a lot of sense. In the case of Mercedes Knight, who lost her arm to a bomb, Tony Stark was able to build her a brand new one better than ever before. For the second iteration of the mechanical arm, Stark made it with Antarctic vibranium, which she can use to melt any other kind of metal and is nearly unbreakable. Charlie Weiderman had a hard time in school, being bullied even worse than Peter Parker was. Charlie, however, is a genius. He even tried to make his own super soldier serum, which failed and left him hospitalized. Eventually, he made a skin-tight polymer suit that he inevitably formed out of vibranium. Unfortunately for Charlie, the vibranium he was working with exploded and left him coated in his mixture, which gave him the powers of the material but led to him becoming insane. Black Panther's suit is one of the more famous uses of vibranium in Marvel, and for good reason. His suit represents the ingenuity of his people and is the representation of their much sought-after resource, vibranium.
Fully automated.
It's no surprise that in Black Panther's home country of Wakanda, which is built on a vibranium meteorite, it uses the incredible metal liberally. Nearly everything in the African country, from its technology to its architecture, uses vibranium in one way or another, and it's the main reason for their prosperity. Black Panther's suit makes him nearly invincible and provides him with offensive capabilities such as the trademark Panther claws, as well as several bladed weapons such as the swords Skymaker and King's Mercy. Vibranium is so relevant in Wakanda that even the heart-shaped herb that gives the Black Panther their super abilities was formed from the radiation of vibranium. Much better effects than regular radiation, it seems. In the aptly titled miniseries Doom War, Dr. Doom uses Wakanda's vibranium supply against them by doing what else? Building his own suit of vibranium-enhanced armor, of course. Dr. Doom also takes the opportunity to use the vibranium to make a legion of robots formed of the magical space rock. Dr. Doom's already formidable combat ability is cranked to 11 with the introduction of his vibranium armor. And he is nearly unbeatable. Seeing no other way out, Black Panther is forced to make a massive sacrifice by rendering all vibranium useless, and in turn, all but destroying Wakanda's future. Was there any question that this would be on the list? Captain America's shield is easily the most well-known vibranium object in all of Marvel. Heck, it's one of the most well-known symbols in all of comics, period. This incredible shield allows Captain America to defend against nearly any conventional attack and can bounce around the battlefield effortlessly due to its vibranium design.
Vibranium is stronger than steel and a third the weight.
Cap's shield was formed of proto-adamantium, which is a mix of vibranium, steel alloy, and an unknown substance. Cap's proto-adamantium shield is the only use of the metal compound, making it truly a one-of-a-kind and possibly the most indestructible item in the Marvel Universe.
That shield doesn't belong to you. My father made that shield.
If you know anything about vibranium at all, chances are it's Captain America's iconic shield. Whenever this shield breaks, you know that things are going very, very bad. So that's 15 Marvel objects enhanced by vibranium. I kinda wish I could enhance one of my everyday items with that sweet, sweet metal. Ooh, a vibranium blender! Oh, that's going straight onto my Christmas wish list.